Barry Jones was convicted of murder and sentenced to death in Arizona after his trial attorney failed to introduce credible, available evidence of his innocence. He was then represented by a state post-conviction attorney who never challenged the quality of Mr. Jones's trial counsel. In May of 2022, the United States Supreme Court declared that the federal courts could not consider Mr. Jones's evidence of ineffective assistance of counsel, even though it caused him to be wrongfully convicted, because that evidence was never presented to the state courts. This decision not only allowed his death sentence to move forward, it also left thousands of other wrongfully convicted innocent people without a court to turn to for relief. Fortunately, Mr. Jones was released in June of 2023 after an Arizona court finally vacated his conviction for a crime he did not commit. Nonetheless, the Supreme Court decision in his case stands. And the court has continued to hand down rulings that make it harder for the lower courts to correct wrongful convictions, including another June 2023 decision that blocks federal prisoners from challenging convictions for crimes of which they are legally innocent. Supreme Court decisions are one of many obstacles that we confront in our efforts to prevent and rectify wrongful convictions. The increasing use of unreliable and unvalidated surveillance and investigative technologies by law enforcement, including facial recognition software, also puts innocent people at increased risk of being misidentified as suspects, wrongly arrested, and wrongly convicted. And the trial penalty, the practice of offering pretrial plea bargains with low sentences while also promising draconian sentences if unsuccessful at trial, coerces innocent people to admit to crimes they did not commit to avoid spending decades in prison. In the last year, we stepped up to these challenges, and many more. We exonerated 6 people and passed 15 policy reforms that reveal, correct, and prevent wrongful convictions. We brought on a special advisor on race and wrongful conviction who serves as a thought leader, an expert, an in-house resource on racial justice, equity, bias, and discrimination. We hired an attorney to assess the impact of artificial intelligence in surveillance and investigative techniques on communities of color. We joined a coalition of 24 leading national civil rights and criminal legal system reform organizations to end the trial penalty. We welcome 3 new board members whose invaluable insights now guide our work. And we hosted our first ever virtual conference to promote practical research that advances the Innocence movement. Still, the work is far from over. As I begin my 4th year as the Innocence Project's executive director, I recognize, as James Baldwin once said, that the challenge is in the moment, the time is always now. I therefore look forward to partnering with you as we move our strategic plan forward. Advocate for access to the courts for innocent people. Fight for compensation for exonerated people. Root our work in reliable and accurate science, and reduce racial bias in the administration of criminal justice. With your support, I know we will make incredible strides together. Thank you.